Distorted View Daily proudly presents the continuing adventures of angry elderly roommates, Peter and Raymond.
Goodbye, you fucking queer motherfucker. The best thing that can happen to me, according to my doctors, is for I to say, goodbye, you cocksucker, and never see you again. I'll be so fucking glad when you're gone. Because I despise fucking punks like you. Good night, punk. You punk cocksucker. I'll be glad when you're dead or gone or something. Because you ain't a human being. You ain't a human being, you fucking... Don't call me good night, you cocksucker.
I am saying, why do you keep preaching?
Shut your fucking mouth!
All it does is wake everybody up. All I'm saying is...
Then shut your fucking mouth, you fucking piece of shit. Then shut your fucking mouth! Shut your fucking mouth, you cocksucker.
Hey, freaks, it's Monday, April 8th, 2019. Coming up on the program today, lying in a pile of filthy tampons, plus the hilarious pain of losing an Instagram account, Cowboy, Pinball, and meltdown on the set of ABC's The View. All this plus your voicemails today on Distorted View.
The guy, he's into dirty underwear or something. I don't know. He's sniff freak.
My doctor wants to dilate my asshole to the size of a fucking coconut.
A lot of hot liquid poo just went out all at once.
It's the Distorted View Show with Tim Henson.
All right, are you guys ready for some fun? Because I know I'm ready for some fun. Let's have some fun. I don't know how to pump up an audience without sounding like I belong in a fucking circus. Who's ready to see some elephant shit and scary-ass clowns? Welcome to the circus. It stinks. I mean, it literally has a bad odor due to all of the animal dung and carnies. What's funny is, like, all of the big circuses have shut down. Barnum and Bailey's, probably the most well-known circus, they shut down in 2017, primarily because of, all these protests against using animals in a circus setting. So now if you want to go see a circus, like if you want to take your family to a circus, it's going to be one of the less reputable, scary, unsafe circuses. At least with Barnum and Bailey, they were a large organization and they could be checked, right? The animals had a certain standard of living. These mom and pop circuses have, anemic underweight lions and elephants with open sores. The amazing singing goose. Come on, Dixie, sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Twinkle, twinkle, little. I said little star. The only thing cooler about the low-rent circuses, there's a higher probability you're going to see someone injured or killed. How was the circus, Lil Tyler? It was awesome. I saw a trapeze artist become a quadriplegic. I think I like carnivals better than circuses. Which are the ones that contain the freaks, like the sideshow freaks? Lobster Man and Frog Girl and shit. I love the idea of paying like $3 to see a hairy woman. I especially like the idea now because, we're supposed to treat everyone with respect. Everyone has a valid lifestyle. And the circus freaks are just like, yeah, give me money to stare at me, objectify me. I'm not a real person, I'm a thing for your amusement. You want to poke me with a stick? I don't know, give me another buck or two. I'll let you do it. Traveling carnivals are also great because they've got rides. Really dangerous rides. It's not the illusion of danger. They might kill you. That's got to be something you come to terms with while you're on the ride. Like, this could be it for you. And it was. A couple years ago at the Ohio State Fair, 7 people were injured and 1 died on the Fireball ride. And that is like, it's a large arm with a ring at the end. And that's where you sit. You sit in the ring, right? And the ring rotates and the arm lifts you up and then swings back and then goes back up. Well, as it was going back, I don't know what happened. A bolt was loose. I've got the audio here. I mean, there's really nothing. Here comes the ride going down and back up. You can just hear. You can hear it breaking right there and hitting the ground. I understand this is a great tragedy.
It's a great tragedy.
But I have a favorite part of the video. This video is literally 5 seconds long, and I have a favorite part. And it's not the part you'd think, right? Where it crashes down and makes lots of noise. And, people die. If you listen very closely, like 2 seconds before this thing crashes, there's a woman who's like, "We're having fun today!" Ready? Well, yeah, right there. We're having fun! Yeah, it's fun! It'll be fun! What did she say? It's gonna be fun! I think she's in line for this ride. It's gonna be fun! We are gonna have so much fun on this ride! And then, how many seconds after? Let's see, it's 2 seconds. Actually, a second and a half later. Boom. It's not fun anymore! Let's get out of the line, quick! I could have been on that ride. I was living in Columbus at the time. I was not at the Ohio State Fair. This is where my rule of never leaving the house may have saved my life. I've been to the Ohio State Fair, I think, twice in my life, and one time was because someone told me they had chocolate-covered bananas, and that was when I was really into Arrested Development, and I wanted to get a picture taken with me eating a chocolate-covered frozen banana. Also, that was back when, like, fried Snickers bar was a new thing, and I also wanted to try that. Food really motivates me to get out of the house. All right, well, welcome to the show, everybody. I don't know why we've been talking about circuses and carnivals for the past 7 minutes. Sorry about that. I've got a way better audio to share with you today. You guys remember several years ago on the ABC talk show The View, one of the hosts was Elisabeth Hasselbeck. This was back during the, the Barbara Walter days. Barbara was also a host. I think she would only come in certain days. I think that may have been when Rosie O'Donnell was also a host. Oh, I didn't read this news story, but apparently Rosie O'Donnell said something like, I wanted to fuck Elisabeth Hasselbeck. Rosie was like, she's all thin, petite, and a bitch. She's all right-wing Christian, and I'm a big fat dyke. I just wanted to rub clits with her. We get into arguments and it would get me so hot. I mean, she didn't say it exactly like that, but she did have a crush on Elisabeth Hasselbeck. Elisabeth was the, uber Christian, uber right-wing panelist or host or whatever. And, I know conservatives like to use the term snowflake when talking about Democrats or liberals. Like, you're a snowflake. I like to drink your liberal tears, shit like that. Why are you so triggered? But the thing is, both sides could really be accused of being snowflakes or whatever, triggered. It just depends on the issue. The clip I have for you is from The View, back during the Elisabeth Hasselbeck days, and they're talking about the morning after pill. That's one of their hot topics. I didn't even know this, but apparently some very religious people consider the morning after pill to be an abortion and punishable by eternal hellfire. You killed a baby! A baby the size of, a couple cells? Nothing has formed yet. A day after fucking cum meets egg. Anyway, so on The View, right, on the air, Elisabeth and Barbara are getting into it over this morning after pill. Barbara is very calm, just, talking about this. Elisabeth is at, DEFCON 5. It's a slippery slope to abortion! She's talking over Barbara, and that's a big no-no. Grandma Barbara will cut you if you steal her spotlight, right? Barbara's trying to get a hold of the situation because they got to go to break or whatever. Here's what happened on air.
I'm saying this medication should be reserved only for those special situations.
Why?
This is not. This is going to be a
that's a loophole in your argument.
I'm saying this. I wish that it were available. I'm not saying I don't believe it's the right thing, but this is a slippery slope to just eliminating life. And you know what? For people who want the government to stay out of their business and do what the heck you want with your body and kick them out, then why are you for universal health care?
Folks,
okay?
we could go
you
on.
want that same government.
Elizabeth, calm down.
What the hell is she talking about? Her argument kind of doesn't make sense, right? It's a slippery slope. Abortion, universal health care. Keep the government's hands off your body. What? Whoa. She does need to slow down. But you know what? They're all screaming. That's how The View always works. It's a bunch of fucking banshees. You can't understand what one person is saying because, 4 other people are talking over her. All right, so this is where Barbara intervenes.
Eliminating life. And you know what? For people who want the government to stay out of their business and do what the heck you want with your body and kick them out,
like
then why are you for universal health care?
Folks,
okay?
we could go
you
on.
want that same government.
Elizabeth, calm down, dear.
I can't. This makes me so
Elizabeth,
upset, Barbara.
I know, but everybody has strong opinions. And there are many other arguments that other people could give you. I think the most important thing, which is what we see today, is we've got to be able to have these discussions and listen to other people's opinions and not go so crazy that you don't listen to anybody's opinion.
I heard everything you said. I just am emphatic
I barely started.
Well,
and it's not just my opinion, but we have to go on and we have to learn how to discuss these things in some sort of rational way.
Let's see what Sally Field thinks.
We'll be right back with Sally Field.
All right, so they're going to break, and what you see on camera is Elisabeth Hasselbeck ripping up her note cards and storming off. The way the cameras are positioned, though, you don't really see, unless you're looking, right? You can see her, though, getting up. Well, Elisabeth was very upset with how she was treated by Barbara, being talked down to. And I've got some backstage audio. Oh, yes. This is seconds after Elisabeth ripped up her note cards and stormed off stage.
Fuck that.
You pray to Jesus with that filthy mouth? Ooh, I love celebrity freakouts. All right.
Fuck that. I'm not going to sit there and get reprimanded on the air.
It's okay, baby. Like she's being treated like a child here. That woman in the background. It's okay, baby.
Reprimanded on the air.
It's okay, baby.
I am not going to get reprimanded on. No, it's not okay to sit there and get reprimanded on the air. You know what? Then talk if you want to talk.
I know.
That's Joy Behar, right? Another one of the hosts trying to calm her down. And I love Joy Behar because she plays both sides here. She's all friendly with Elisabeth. And later on in the video, she was like, I don't know what that bitch was up to when she's talking to Barbara.
I know.
What the fuck? Like, I'm not going back out there. I'm not going back out there.
Oh, God, that voice. I'm not going back out there.
My office here.
No, I'm not going back out there. You know what? I can take it in the meeting room. I'm not taking it out there on air.
Okay, honey.
I'm not taking it.
I hear what you're saying because I have to shit.
What the fuck? I don't even swear. She has me swearing. This woman's driving me nuts.
She's like a siren. I mean, I guess she was kind of reprimanded on air. But it was just Barbara saying, like, look, calm down. Take it down a notch. All we said was the morning after pill is now available. Abortion!
What the fuck? I don't even swear. She has me swearing. This woman's driving me nuts.
I know. I'm not going back out. I can't do the show like this. She just
Elisabeth Hasselbeck is trying to leave the building.
Yes, she just reprimanded me. She knew exactly what she was doing.
I know.
Goodbye. I'm off. Write about that in the New York fucking Post.
Now, again, I don't know if this is still the case or not, but The View was a live show. And Elisabeth has just stormed off to her dressing room to get ready to leave. She's getting the fuck out of Dodge. Commercial breaks are what, like 2 minutes or something like that, right? So now Barbara gets word that Elisabeth is gone and not coming back.
She doesn't want to come back on the...
She has to. Bill, she has to. This is why we shouldn't have done this discussion.
Just walked off the show.
Well, that's ridiculous.
I tried to stop her.
There's Joy in the mix. I tried to stop her.
Ridiculous.
I tried to stop her.
That is ridiculous.
She's gone.
We've got to be able to have these discussions.
Not when there are snowflakes involved.
I quit.
What are you doing?
I'm quitting.
Why?
I don't need to be reprimanded on air like that by this woman. I will take it in the meeting. I will not take that on air. I will not take it on air. I'm over. They can do the second. I'm leaving.
What did they say?
Barbara just fully reprimanded me live on the show to everybody in America. Bill, I don't want to go up there. I will take it in the meeting. I am not taking it up there.
Bill, I guess, is the executive producer.
I already bid.
I'm like, I can't even.
You are a professional. You got to go back home.
I thought you actually, you know what? We were just discussing this here. She was trying to set the stage for this ball. That's really all she was trying to do.
She was mortified.
She reprimanded me like a child.
I already said something to her.
I can't even.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe the executive producer was like, Barbara, what you did was wrong. You don't mess with Barbara. Because she was like, it's Barbara's show, basically, right? But I just love how the executive producer has to say these things. Like, look, I already talked to Barbara just to calm Elisabeth down.
Like a child.
I already said something to her.
I can't even breathe right now.
But you have to go on because you're a pro. Now come with me.
Bill.
Yeah, massage that ego, right? You're a pro. Come on.
Great job. You know what?
Fantastic. And I told her, I said, how could you do that? She said, do what? Dusty was in my ear, screaming, wrap it up, wrap it up. What am I supposed to do? And I said, you tried to humiliate her for thinking what she thought.
No, not even that, Bill, but it's like to talk down to me and say, we have to learn how to discuss this.
You can already tell, she's calming down now because the producer is saying these things.
You were not crazy. You've been making some transition, but you've got to come back up.
And it's weird because as he's talking to her and leading her back to the studio. She probably doesn't even know where she's going because her mind is still but yeah, he's leading her back into the studio.
She can't do that to people, Bill. It's not okay.
I know, I agree. And I said it like, we had a big argument.
She can get someone here who's going to sit there and just not be passionate.
Everybody feels the way you did. Every producer weighed in on it.
They're not taking the elevator because they're so close to airtime, the elevator would take too long. Run up the stairs.
I don't even have my cards. I chalked them.
Oh no, her cards are gone. Anyway, so she makes it back on stage and kind of makes up with Barbara, but it's so fake.
The wonderful thing about this show is that we can have discussions that we feel very emotional about.
We can.
And we respect your opinions.
Thank you. I respect yours as well. I love being here with you guys. I want to be passionate. Thank you.
Whatever. All right. They kissed and made up there. But do you want to know what Elisabeth Hasselbeck has to say about that incident today? Yeah, she released a statement. She says, it was a battle, but not of the flesh. I used fighting words because I believe that God decides the value of the lives of babies. And then, oh good God, goes on to say, we care for a group of robin's eggs in a nest before they are hatched, and likely would think twice before stomping on the awesome blue shells, because we know what God placed inside the hard womb. Jesus Christ. And in the heat of the moment when I felt the need to protect what I knew to be the truth and had seen with my own eyes on ultrasound the life in my own shell of a body, I used big battle words. One in particular that I'm not proud of, and I'm sorry for using in the heat of trying to defend the lives of the unborn. Bitch, please! Yes, thank you, mentally handicapped man. Bitch, please indeed. Always love a good celebrity freak out. Let's move on to a non-celebrity freak out. This is an influencer freak out, guys. Do you know who Jessie Taylor is? Well, you should. She's on Instagram and has a buttload of followers. Well, she did until her Instagram account was deleted. I don't know if someone hacked it or if she was banned for some reason, but she got on YouTube to discuss the situation in a calm and rational manner.
Hey guys, so I'm in the middle of editing and my Instagram account got deleted and I'm trying to get it back. I'm calling everybody I can and I don't know why it's not working out for me. I'm in LA because of this. I'm in LA because I want to be on Instagram and I'm randomly just recording this to put this in the video.
This audio is like a mood enhancement drug for me. It's giving me powers. It's like I've taken a few shots of those 5-hour energy drinks. Love this.
I am nothing without my following. I am nothing without my following.
Yes, feel the energy flow through me.
And when people try to hate on me and report me, I'm literally trying to be a fucking better person.
Oh my God, I've got such a rock hard boner right now.
I want to say to everybody that's been reporting me,
what's happening to me? I feel so alive right now.
Think twice because you're ruining my life. Because I make all of my money online. All of it.
Maybe you should diversify. You know what I mean? You should never rely solely on one service for 100% of your income. What happens if Instagram, gets shut down? Or if you're solely a YouTuber and all of a sudden, like, there's no more advertising on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta spread yourself out.
I don't want to lose that. And I know people like to see me be down and be like them and be like the 90%ers, the people that work 9 to 5. That is not me. I am in LA to not be like that. I work so fucking hard to get to where I'm at. For that to get taken from me is...
The world continues to devolve. You know, we used to look down upon YouTubers. They at least were, I don't know, filming shit, editing and posting it. These Instagrammers just, like, wear bikinis and take pictures of themselves. And like, take pictures of the pool they're at, you know, to flaunt their lifestyle.
I keep feeling in the world. It literally sucks.
How do you make money on Instagram?
Having people want to come after you for no fucking reason, and it hurts. And I don't think people understand that, like, this is my fucking life. I am nothing. I was a fucking prostitute, for God's sakes. I was a fucking prostitute. I stripped every single day. I don't even do that shit anymore because I make all of my money online.
First of all, thank God you've got a skill set to fall back on. Second of all, I think that's probably why her account got banned, right? She was probably flashing Jine. You're not allowed to show titty on Instagram unless you're like breastfeeding or something, right?
I don't want to go back to that life.
You know, in a lot of ways, Twitter is superior because you're allowed to post whatever you want on there. It can be X-rated. You can upload videos. As a matter of fact, I have an old Twitter account at ExtremeDV where I used to post stuff that I wouldn't be able to post on my website or share on social media. I simply forgot about that. You know, I never think like, oh, all the horrible stuff should really go up on our Twitter account. Maybe I should revive that. If you're not following at ExtremeDV, you really should start. I might start posting stuff again.
Stop fucking reporting me, bro. What some of you guys have to realize is I have no skills. I'm $20,000 in debt from school, from college, so I can't even go to college if I fucking wanted to.
'Cause you dropped out to be an Instagram star. So I did a little bit of research on her. She had about 113,000 Instagram followers before her account was deleted. She set up a new one where she has about 400. I don't want to brag, but I've got like 3 times that amount, and I've never once showed off my titties. Also, I was trying to figure out why her account was deleted, and there's a lot of Jessie Taylor online, mostly of her asshole, her bleached pink whore hole. Then I found a video of some guy talking to her about another woman who I guess she's jealous of, but she's like, no, I'm not jealous of her. And why isn't she?
You're insecure about the fact that she's more like better looking than you, and you need to accept that. No,
she's fucking black.
No,
why? Wait, why are you?
There's no way a black woman could be better looking than me.
What? She's fucking black.
No,
why? Wait, why are you kidding me?
This is what I hear.
I am a racist.
This is what I hear.
Yeah, you have to listen closely there, but she said, I am a racist. I need to start following this woman's career because apparently this isn't the first time her social media accounts have been shut down. Here she is talking about a previous ban. This happened, earlier this year, in January.
Do you know what that makes me? That makes me a loser, okay? I literally was getting nothing for free. I lost my brand deals, and I wasn't getting any premium buys. So guess what? I thought I was going to be homeless and die.
Well, yeah, if you don't have your premium brand deals.
Facts.
How are you supposed to live?
That was the worst week of my life. I literally wanted to kill myself that week. I wanted to die that week. I'm literally nothing without my followers and my premium Snapchat and my Shopify and my office in Wyoming for Shopify. That's all I'm going to say. Because this, I'm making real money from premium, and I will post nudes right now. I don't give a fuck.
She'll have sex with anyone if she thinks it'll get her followers.
I'm never going to change the way I am. I'm literally never going to change the way I am. So what if I like dating people for clout? That's my business. That just means I want better shit for myself. That's all it means.
Okay, so you're still a prostitute in many ways. Great. And with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist of the fucked up news right now. I could sure use your help. I'm looking for a few good freaks to sign up for the Sideshow. Become true and honorable freaks over there at superfreaksideshow.com. When you sign up, you get full access to the entire archive of programs. Plus, every week we do exclusive shows. Tomorrow we'll be doing an exclusive program, and again on Thursday. Plus, we do videos occasionally, mini programs. Again, 3,000 shows in the archive. It's a great time to sign up. Memberships are only $6.99 a month. Even less when you opt for a quarterly, semi-annual, yearly, or lifetime membership. Remember, it's tax time. Most of you are going to get back fat refund checks. I'm not. I have to pay throughout my asshole, in my mouth hole, every hole in my body, shooting out money, directing it at the IRS. So I could really use some new signups. Superfreaksideshow.com. All major credit cards and PayPal accepted. If you're feeling especially generous, we also have a Patreon account where you can pledge, as little as $1 a month to help me out. And I try to post stuff there occasionally as well. You can get access to a special voicemail line. I'll play your calls first. Patreon.com/distortedview. Okay, everyone empty their pockets. Help me out. I kind of sound like that Instagram girl right now. I don't care. April sucked for me, so I'm going to really be begging hard. I don't want to have to go back to being a prostitute. First story we have for you today. Police say a Pennsylvania man awoke to find a stranger sleeping on his kitchen floor.
Oh, man. Man.
Well, now, hold on here. Not every home invasion is due to meth. Guy entered the house. Maybe he thought it was his. Maybe he was drunk, right? And he just fell asleep on the floor. Police say a Pennsylvania man awoke to find a stranger sleeping on his kitchen floor surrounded by maxi pads. Well, now it's starting to sound a little more methy. Yes, there were torn up maxi pads and tampons. Altoona police say they arrested 60-year-old Brian Smith on Thursday. The Altoona Mirror reports Smith was unconscious and surrounded by destroyed sanitary napkins. That's how I found my dog when my sister came and visited. I woke up and there was just, bloody maxi pads all over the place. The dog was lying down, just looking up, very satisfied with herself. If you've never lived with a woman, it's something you don't think about. Of course, the dog would get into that stuff, but I wouldn't think to shut the bathroom door because maybe a broad is on her period and she stuffed them into a wastebasket. Is that what you're supposed to do with used maxi pads? Stuffing them in a wastebasket? Why aren't these things flushable? They really should be. Why hasn't someone come up with that? I mean, they'd be a billionaire, right? The homeowner told police it also appeared someone had eaten some of his Crave cereal. I feel if I was writing this story, I would have ended with the maxi pad part, right? Really build up to that. There was an intruder. He fell asleep on the floor. He ate some of my cereal. Oh, and the craziest part has to do with maxi pads. Who cares if he ate some of your Crave? He told police that all of his doors and windows were locked when he went to sleep, but he noticed one of the doors was wide open the next morning. Police say Smith told them he used meth within the last 2 days and was unable to explain how or why he entered the house. He's been charged with burglary and trespass. There was no attorney listed for him in court documents. From Pennsylvania to one state west, oh, that's me over here in Ohio. A seventh man has pled guilty in a case involving child sex abuse, incest, and bestiality. See, now that's the correct order to list things. This is a good headline, right? You start with the child sex abuse, that's the most common. Then incest, which is a little more outrageous. It's actually a lot more outrageous, but then the third one, in comparison, is even more outrageous, so it all just makes sense. Bestiality. All right, the connection between two of the men began when one of them saw the following ad on Craigslist. Craigslist strikes again. They took down their personal ads, but somehow, Craigslist is a gift that keeps on giving. I am looking, this is all in caps, by the way. He's screaming this. I am looking to privately meet an incest family. Mom, son, brother, sister. That's the whole ad. But here's the thing. Do you really need to say more? I think it's understood what he wants. Why bother with a wordy essay? I'm looking for an incest family. That includes mom, son, brother, sister. Notice dad was not listed there. Wonder if that's a deal breaker. Let's read on. Authorities in Ohio said the man who responded to the ad, William Weekly, participated in a disturbing scheme that involved repulsive sexual fantasies like pedophilia, incest, and bestiality. They sexually abused at least 2 10-year-old children and shared images of child porn on messaging apps like Kik and Wicker. This is the first time I've ever heard of something called Wicker. Is it because I'm old, or is it because I'm not a pedophile? Either way, I need to get with the program, man. This is my job. This is how I make my living. I'm not saying that I need to somehow participate in bestiality, but I'm saying I should know about it. All right. Weekly, 35, faces decades in prison after pleading guilty Thursday to production of child porn. Is that, like, the goal here? Was that the end game? Because I'll tell you, I'm not a pedophile, and I feel like I have to say that a lot defensively on this program, but I'm not. Nor am I into dog fucking. But if I were, I would be taping that fucking shit. Because again, multiple revenue streams. This is how it would all go down, right? I would get myself a breeding dog. That's what you call them. Train the dog to take cocks in their ass or whatever, right? I'd fuck the shit out of that. Then I'd start charging people to come over and fuck my dogs. Boom, I'm getting money that way. Then I would film the thing, sell the videos. There's another revenue stream. It pays for itself over and over. This is the Tim Henson system. It's like an infomercial. I'm the Don Lepre of bestiality. Remember that creep, Don Lepre? He used to be, I talked about him many times on the show. I don't blame you if you don't know who Don Lepre is. He's this guy who would have these late night infomercials. He had some sort of get-rich-quick scheme that involved taking out small classified ads in newspapers. That's all I remember from the infomercial. You can make millions of dollars just by taking out small classified ads in your local newspaper. That's how he would talk. I'm sure he's behind bars now for, pyramid schemes or something. Meanwhile, I'm going to use his principles to make millions in the bestiality game. And you can too. Step 1, get yourself a fucking dog. Step 2, take out small classified ads in the newspaper offering your dog up for fucking. That's the key to every great business opportunity. It has to do with the small classified ads in the newspaper. What am I talking about here? Let's finish up with this stupid story. Timothy Sullivan, the author of the Craigslist ad, pleaded guilty Tuesday to attempted coercion or enticement of a minor to engage in illegal sexual activity. The other 5 pleaded guilty to similar charges between November and February. The FBI-assisted investigation began when an investigator went undercover to communicate with Weekly. Police said they quickly discovered he was meeting other men on Craigslist. Yeah? Talk about that. And engaging in conversation about child abuse and other sexual interests. I wish the newspaper would have listed those. Authorities also discovered Weekly had regular access to a child. Sexually abused her and created images and videos of the molestation. Someone's using the Tim Henson system. Step 1, obtain a child. Step 2, fuck that child. Step 3, take out small personal ads offering up that child. Okay. The system works, but you have to work the system. All right. He sexually abused her and then created images and videos of the molestation, to sell, which he shared with other people, including the 6 co-defendants. Weekly and one of the accomplices, Franklin Perry, sexually abused that victim with Weekly at least once. Weekly and another co-defendant, Grant Mikalski, talked about sexual topics, here we go, like family, forced, that's rape, and canine, and more, according to Craigslist messages. They saved their emails that they sent to one another. Another accomplice, Eric Zeevely, sexually abused a different 10-year-old victim and talked with both undercover officers about sexually abusing minors. Yeah, you can't Gmail with other pedophiles. You know what I mean? You gotta go with a system that's encrypted and gets deleted the second that it's read. You know what I mean? The 7 men that pleaded guilty in the case were William Weekly, 35, of Newark. I lived there. Timothy Sullivan, 50, of Canal Winchester. Franklin Eugene Perry, 63, of Columbus. Brian Perkins. I'm just listing these names in case maybe you might know one of these guys. Brian Perkins, 42. Grant Mikowski, 29. Eric Zeevely, and Jordan Mikowski. So there you go. They're all in like the central Ohio area, basically. Final story we have for you today. Cowboy Pinball. Sounds a lot like virtual rape, and it's almost as dumb. Cowboy Pinball is the latest craze in rodeo. Are there other crazes in rodeo? With their 10-year-old daughter watching from the stands, William Dunn and his wife Crystal signed a waiver giving up the right to sue even in the event of death. Throughout that evening, more than 2 weeks ago, the announcer at a bull riding event in Owensboro, Kentucky, encouraged the stupid people in the crowd to volunteer for Cowboy Pinball and a chance to win $100. Now, $100 is a lot of money, I guess. But not for Cowboy Pinball. Medical bills alone due to Cowboy Pinball are going to be like $100,000. When the bull riding ended, Dunn and his wife, now keep in mind, they have a daughter, a 10-year-old daughter, and they're both parents are participating in something that could kill them. And the 10-year-old is just left in the stands to watch mommy and daddy potentially die. I'm already loving this. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. All right, Dunn and his wife left their VIP seats that cost $28 apiece and joined 21 other spectators who were led into the rodeo arena to wait on a bull. Only minutes passed before mayhem ensued and the crowd fell eerily quiet. Video footage that went viral shows a bull flipping two men into the air and ramming a third man into the arena fence. Well, what the fuck did you expect? Let me explain what Cowboy Pinball is. Now, these people knew exactly what they were in for when they signed up, all right? All right, on the ground, there are a bunch of circles in chalk. Each person participating in Cowboy Pinball has to stand inside their own circle. If they step outside of the circle or run or flee, they're disqualified. The last person standing inside their circle wins. Obviously, a bull is let loose. And, you know, he do what bulls do. It's actually really fun to watch. I was watching a couple of these videos. All right, so video footage that went viral shows a bull flipping two men into the air. They lost. And ramming a third man into the arena fence. Lost as well. The third man was Dunn, whose wife had scrambled out of the arena before the bullfighters ran to separate Dunn from a massive black bull. I tried to run, but I couldn't get my feet to move. They were just kind of planted. Ooh, he really wanted that $100, said Dunn, 40, a welder from Owensboro with 3 daughters between the ages of 10 and 14. And here the bull comes, and I thought, okay, it's going to go around me, because that's what bulls do. but switched back over to me real quick, and that's when I started high-stepping and running. He got me in the ribs, busted a couple of them, spun me around, throwed me up against the gate, and then he kicked me in my leg. Put a pretty good bruise on that. And then amongst all that, I got horned in the butt. So my whole butt cheek on my right side is nothing but purple. Dunn and Makia Nunn, who, according to the Owensboro Times, was knocked unconscious after being flipped into the air and tore knee ligaments during the Cowboy Pinball event, should probably consider themselves lucky. Jerry Nelson, a longtime prominent bull owner, said he's seen 2 people killed during Cowboy Pinball. Again, this is for $100. Dunn says he doesn't drink, but he is a meth addict. No, he doesn't drink, but he suspects other contestants who fled into the arena were. There were quite a few of them in there that did not act like they had their stuff together. I mean, when you're in a bull ring with a 2,000-pound animal and you get down in a football stance like you're going to tackle him and wave to him like, come on, normal people don't do that without a little, how can I say, liquid courage. Katie Cook, who participated with her fiancé, a romantic, said she recalls the announcer saying, "Everybody get out your phones and video cameras to tape the stupid people that are down here doing this." The video shows scores of spectators holding their phones in the air like they just didn't care. Before the first bull was there was multiple bulls released? The first bull was released into the arena. Quote, "People were saying that we're hillbillies or rednecks, we're idiots or this or that," done said, but as far as my employers or anything like that, nah. Even my boss came out and was talking to us and said, if I was y'all's age, I probably would have done the same thing. There you go. Cowboy Pinball. Something I've never heard of, but now I'm addicted to watching it. Way more interesting. Like, this should be on instead of tennis or golf. Way more exciting. All right, there you go. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Monday. Let's do a couple voicemails and get the hell out of here. I love to hear from you, freaks. I want you to call. Please write down this number, 206-666-4463. Even if you just want to call in and say hi. There are other ways to contact me as well. show@distortedview.com. It's our email address, of course. You can send along pieces of audio, video, links to stuff you think might be good for the show. I'm all over social media, @DistortedView on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/DistortedViewShow. And, of course, we have our very own Discord, where you can chat with other freaks. There's a link on the main navigation bar over there at DistortedView.com. Oh, and follow me on Twitter @ExtremeDV. That's our second Twitter account, which I haven't updated in a long time, but now that I remember that I have it, I'll work on that.
Haley's comment calling up about the woman who wanted to know if it was okay if she had a favorite child.
Yeah.
As the father of 2 children myself, I think that she is in far more trouble than she realizes.
What?
In her post, she had mentioned that the 3-year-old was difficult. She was having trouble with the 3-year-old, but she felt that she knew the 18-month-old.
I'll tell you right now, if I had kids, I would totally have a favorite. I know it.
Perfectly. Developmentally, 3-year-olds are going to be challenging. They're just naturally pushing a lot of limits, causing a lot of trouble, finding the parameters of what is and is not allowed. I think she's in for a very rude awakening when her younger child hits 3.
Oh, I see what
and
you're
she
saying.
finds it starts acting just like the 3-year-old.
Maybe that's okay. If your favorites change all the time, like, oh, today this kid's my favorite, or in a week from today you've got a new favorite kid. It all just depends on who's like the lesser asshole of your children.
Juggle,
you can see that happening.
yeah. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Hey Tim,
is.
the lady cat lady. Obviously, I already had my coffee. I'm gonna try to keep this fast, but so like, as soon as you were talking about Coach Dave saying, "Oh, everyone's gay or a lesbian," I thought I suck a little clit, smoke a little crack, and not,
have you sucked clit before?
Not to suck Tim's dick or anything, but I've been a Sideshow member for like 10 years, monthly payments, and about 4 months ago, I became a lifetime member. And already it's worth it because I get down to like $1.50 in my bank account and get worried like, oh no, the $7.99 or whatever, $6.99.
Yeah,
it might overdraw me. So that's nice to not have to worry about.
That is the nice thing. I mean, the monthly memberships are nice because it's only $6.99. But on the flip side, even if you sign up for a yearly, you're like, oh, I don't have to worry about this for a year. I don't have to worry about money in my account. And now's a great time to sign up. I'm really pushing it hard. It's April, freaks. This is a horrible month for me. What's great is, a lot of freaks know that they're going to have money this month because of their tax refund. So it's a great time to do like a yearly or a half a year or whatever. Or a lifetime.
Northern California, which is where I live, and the pigs. And it reminded me that on my college campus, we have a few groups of wild turkeys, mostly female. And they are fucking vicious, man.
Yeah.
They will run up to you if you get way too close to them. And there are people who do not pay attention at all. And I've seen them,
you gotta be careful.
Catch somebody, but they will definitely chase you.
By the way, if I could just get 26-ish lifetime memberships this month, I could totally pay for my taxes, and that would be great. Thank you. All right.
Timmy, and what's up? This is Rick from
Red Lobster Lobster Fest, which is going on right now. I'm so upset I've already used Love Lady Cat Lady's Red Lobster gift certificate that she gave me, and I want to go back for Lobster Fest, but it's like $30 or $25 or something.
Anyway, this show I'm listening to on Friday, whatever, where you're talking about the napkins and Coca-Cola, and you mentioned a rake raffle.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, now she's dead. She died from Delawna's overdose. Her mom didn't want her to ride the Greyhound bus because she was afraid that all these rapes went on the Greyhound bus.
Do you guys understand what's happening here? I don't know anything. Like I feel like I'm not.
And I wish we had
not getting what he's saying here. Overdoses, Greyhound buses.
We used to sit around and be like, well, how do you figure out who does the raping?
Oh, raping.
And, you know, who gets raped? You know, you sit there and go, well, now today I feel like being raped.
I don't.
You know, so.
I don't know what he's talking about. I'm sorry. Let me do a different voicemail today because, oh no, this one's going to be just as incomprehensible.
When I was only 13, I learned to drive a car, and now I'm 47, and I still can't play guitar.
You see why I want you guys to call into the voicemail?
Flippity flack, whack, whack, whack. Please stop doing that. You can't play guitar.
Okay, let's try one more. Here. One more. Please. Be normal.
Hello. Somewhere
God
between...
damn it! Don't call in with different phone numbers. You trick me that way. Try one more.
Hey, Tim. It's Sideshow Freak and Patreon member Harrison Ford Hater here again.
Okay, here we go.
I'm very behind on shows as usual, but I'm listening to an episode where again you started off, instead of talking about something gross or sexual or stupid, you're talking about, you know, media from your childhood and you know, commercials.
Wow, I must have had nothing to share with you that day.
Watched when you were a kid.
Oh yeah,
specifically you're talking about the softer side of Sears. And Jesus, Tim, I have to say, I really love listening to you talk about this stuff.
Oh, really? I'm always afraid that people are just like, get to the cum farts, asshole!
As much as I
cares about Sears.
Like it in Distorted View, it's kind of like a fun mix where I could get you ranting about some, you know, department store, or I could get, you know, cum farts. I kind of wish you had like a separate show. And I know you already have like a huge workload, and I know you wanted to start separate shows in the past and just haven't had like the energy to do so. But honestly, I feel like you'd have like a lot to say if let's say, for example, you've been trying to think of like YouTube content to make. How about you start making YouTube videos where you just talk about like a commercial that you think is stupid or a commercial that you think is interesting or significant to your childhood?
Yeah, well, you know, I actually, I've got one here. I've been meaning, I don't know, I was going to play it for you, then I'm like, no one gives a shit about this, but now would probably be a good time, because this is really just in the Cleveland area. Like, if you grew up in Northeast Ohio, you probably know this jingle.
Our jingle has lasted more than 50 years. Almost as long as our siding will.
Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3.
Now that fucking shit gets stuck in your head when you're a kid.
2, 3, 2.
Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3.
One,
Garfield
2,
1,
3,
2,
2,
3.
3.
I don't even know. You know, up until I looked up this commercial just now, I had no idea what the fuck this company did. What the fuck does Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3 mean? I thought like it was a phone number. But that's not enough numbers. Like 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Then I thought maybe Garfield was part of the number. Like you gotta convert the letters to numbers.
Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3.
They sell aluminum siding, I guess.
Siding and replacement windows. Along comes the Aluminum Siding Corporation.
That's the name of the company. Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. The Aluminum Siding Company Corporation.
And saves you more.
They eventually changed their name, so they're no longer the American whatever Siding Corporation. They're now literally, the name of the company is Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Now, as for why, I have no idea. It has something to do with their phone number, because it ends in 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. You're just supposed to know that Garfield, which is like an area of Cleveland, starts with 42. So it's like area code 216-421-2323. That seems like it's a lot to ask of someone who just is watching this commercial. If I heard Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, I'd be like, well, how do I contact you? I live in Ashtabula. I don't know what the fuck the number is for Garfield. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. Garfield 1, 2, 3, 2, 3.
Yeah. All right, let's just end it right there. That is all the time we have on this edition of the show. I want you guys to email me, show@distortedview.com, distortedview.com. And by the way, that jingle is like from, what, the fucking 40s or something? I heard they still use it to this day. So, it's not like I'm pulling out some old jingle. They use it in commercials. All right, voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-666. Oh, God, is it hooking?
Fuck that.
Spread the distortion. STD, tell all your friends about the podcast. Don't forget to rate us and review us on iTunes. Tomorrow's program will be Sideshow exclusive. If you're not yet a member, sign up right now. Otherwise, I will be back on Wednesday. Until then, have a great day. Bye, everybody.
Harder, deeper, now. Slam your cock into my cunt. Fuck to explosion.